Guys, it's Navasine back in my car with my double chin. So I'm here to review the two books for Blackout-a-thon Buddy Read. No, not Blackout-a-thon. It's called Blackout Buddy Read by Books with Shay. And she chose two polarizing books that have similar topics, but from two different authors. First you got White Rage by Carol Witherspoon. No, not Witherspoon. I have to look it up, and I'll post the image here. And so it was White Rage and White Fragility. And I must say, I didn't expect... Here's the thing. They're definitely very opposite when it comes for point of views, even though they both kind of talk... Well, they do talk about the same thing, which is white people emotions and how they abuse it. And while White Rage, I learned a lot more because there were certain things that I didn't know about versus other situations, certain horrible stories that I've never heard about that made me cringe, especially the one with the pregnant woman. I was like, oh my god, these people are savages. Then there was and I think when it comes for White Rage, the one that really shocked me the most was during the migration, right? When a whole bunch of black folks was moving out of the South to the North. And I immediately thought that I really need to start reading The Warmth of Other Suns by Isabel W. I forgot. Anyway, so it's about the migration, but it was around that time that she started talking about how white people, they noticed that they were losing a lot of money because now all these black folks who are working for them, barely getting paid, are leaving the South to have better job opportunities up north. So, and it was around the time during World War II where certain shipments for weapons and stuff was also being shipped out towards north. So these white people, crazy ass motherfuckers, would really stop the train, try to derail the trains, try to, stop all these black people from leaving, thus also stopping, people, the weapons that the U.S. needs to fight in other countries. And it's dude, you claim to be patriotic, but you're trying to stop, these weapons from, leaving the state and all that other stuff. But no, they don't care about that. They're more worried about the black folks leaving, thus they won't get the money that they need for their own lives. Meanwhile, it's dude, you're not even providing the opportunities that they need, because this was around the Jim Crow era, so they have no reason to stay. So why would they want to stay? And then I learned more about the Chicago report. I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong, but either way, that book, I gave it 5 stars. It was a lot more emotional for me because hearing those stories, of course, but I don't know why this is flipping. Anyway, so that one was a lot more emotional for me. Then I read, right afterwards, I read White Fragility. And my God, she hit the nail on everything when it comes for how white people use their emotions to their advantage when it comes for about race. And my God, especially when it comes for so-called respectability politics and trying not to offend, and how very overt, how secretive it is up north and stuff right now. And it's oh my God. So here's the thing. Her target audience is towards white people. She does says nigger, okay, in her book. But, I understand that some black folks who are reading this is why can't she just say the N-word? I remember a few years ago, a college professor argued, no, even though they did say nigger, you just, if you're a white, person or maybe a non-black professor, it's okay to just say the N-word, they see the words, especially if it's in the text, you could just say the N-word, even though it's spelled out completely. So I saw that argument, and then I said, no, people need to be jolted, because I do notice that when you just say it nice and plainly, instead of just for it to be jolted. I think an example I can use in my personal life was oh my goodness, I don't know, a few years ago when I was visiting my family and friends in New York, and we were hanging around my friend's house, and this dude, he would be considered a wigger, a white nigger, trying to do all the hood shit with their black friends, but he kept saying the word, the N-word, right? And the thing is, he's Jewish, so he kept saying the N-word, trying to be pop and cool, but he was at the wrong house, first of all, and they very quickly, they said the K word, kike, and he basically said, see, the black friend who was there, so you see how you jolted, because when he said kike, that's when the wigger, the Jewish wigger, was whoa, why you gotta say that, and it's the black friend pointed out, so you see how you reacted when I say that word is the same way that I feel when you say the N-word around us, so let that be known. You do it again, I might have to punch you in your face. Let this be a lesson. How you see how you reacted towards that word, then don't say the N-word. And as far as I know, he never, like, of course it occasionally slipped out because at some point, like, the N-word has been so ingrained into his vocabulary. So after that lesson, he learned as quick as possible. Like, he still, as far as I know, I think he stopped, but like I would say probably 2 years ago, like, he barely says it, like, at all. So there's that. And there was another incident, with the word spank, and it's like, and there's a lot of Latinos in New York who says the N-word. So this girl chose the wrong day to say that because again, she never learned her lesson, because I see her on Instagram and stuff saying the N-word still to this day. So whatever. Either way, I understand why she is giving it the full context, if you catch my drift. Sometimes people need to be like punched in the face with it. So there's that. And I like how she uses her own personal experiences with it. But this is more so a how-to guide for white people. And I said in my review, the next time that I get annoyed by white people telling me to educate them, I'm just going to say, here, read this book. And if we meet again, we can talk together. Okay. Otherwise, if you don't want to read it, listen to the audiobook. Okay. So yeah, I gave both of them 5 stars. It was pleasantly, I'm not going to lie, I thought I was going to hate on white fragility because I'm seeing all these reviews and all that other stuff. But it's like, you know what? It's good. I would say it's good. It's like a how-to guide in the most candid, basic way for white people to understand. So, and not to mention, there's a saying that goes like, well, I wouldn't call it a saying, but sometimes you got to hear it from people who look like you in order for you to get it. Like, sometimes, like, for example, like, your parents might say, so-and-so, you might not listen to them, but like, if it's like a personal friend that you trust more than your parents or something, when you're going through that teenage phase, saying the same exact thing, then somehow it goes through your head, and it stays inside your head when it's from someone personal that you actually, really listen to and not trying to rebel against. That's how I view white fragility. So go ahead and check it out. We are going live with the live stream, I think, on Shay's booktube channel. So go ahead and attend. It's on Juneteenth. Again, educate yourself on that date. And I'm off. Goodbye.
Read a book, read a book, read a motherfucking